Peace to the Elohim. This is King Ra, aka Reverend Ra. Damn, my hair's growing. Melanin shining, and feeling divine, aligned, and in time. You know, it's been a crazy couple days. Whew. Crazy couple months, crazy year, crazy life, you know, in its totality. A lot of the energy is really shifting in our reality, and if you are not an alchemist or have some basic knowledge of the transmutation of energy and what emotions are, emotions is energy in motion. That's like the basic premise, the basic foundations. You can't let people be swaying you in different internal states, you know, with things that they say. You need to have a self-directed attention. You know, instead of paying attention to society, give it the attention it deserves. So, to a degree, we pay attention, but largely treat society as you should. So, and focus more on society. You know that you know that you know. The message I want to share today: enjoy the process. So important, yo. Enjoy the process. Stop getting so hooked up into the result, into the outcome. Enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy the process. Enjoy if you're a musician, you know what I mean? Don't try to focus on, you know, what people are gonna say about your music. And are you enjoying yourself? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel happy? You know what I mean? Because you get to this end result in a lot of things, and there's like this feeling of emptiness because you didn't learn anything. You didn't enjoy it. You were so focused on the outcome that the actual doing did nothing for you. Now, if we're going to go from a spiritualist point of view, you do have to think of the outcome, or at least visualize the outcome, because that's what's going to get the manifestation juices going. But don't get so tied up in the outcome that you forget that the doing, the process, is what needs the most attention. You feel what I'm saying? And then actually enjoy it. That's why when you get things and you didn't enjoy the process, or let's say that the process was quickened, right? Let's stop. Let's say you got everything you wanted right now. No process, everything you wanted right now at this moment, boom. You wouldn't really appreciate it. It feels empty. There was no lessons, no experiences you really gained from it. It's really just, it's emptiness. It's like air, you know, and that's why for a lot of people, when they gain things and there was no process, they really didn't earn it. They really just lose it. It just evaporates because it's almost, there's this self-deprecation that happens where you intentionally or subconsciously get rid of the things that you know that you haven't earned. That's why a lot of people who, you know, get the lottery and stuff like that and earn all this money, I'm just going to share this concept. Water finds its own level. If you're level 10 and you somehow look up and get a level 13, the level is always going to come back down to level 10. That's the law. So if you're level 5, but then you gain a level 10 in, you know, economics, the level is going to come back and meet you where you are. All that money is just going to seem to evaporate because you didn't gain the lessons, the process of being to sustain that level 10 economy or to sustain that level 10, you know, finances. But then in even getting to that level 10, you have to enjoy the process. You have to understand that there are stages, there are phases, there are levels. You know what I mean? Really, It's really so important, because then even when you become into conception of what your purpose is, you still have to understand, okay, there's a purpose, there's a process within that purpose, right? And something that I always teach, or something that I always say, right? And I'll consistently say, you'll see this in another video. You'll see this in something I write. Of course, it's going to be continual, because this is a growing process. Even me making this video, I enjoy this process. The process of making this video, of reading, of writing, of thinking of what I'm going to say, of letting the spirit of guidance and discernment come to me, and me discerning what do I want to release out there into reality. I enjoy that process. I enjoy sharing this with you. So the quote that I always say is, process is progress. Now, what does that mean? That process is progress. Process is not a constant inclining. Process means that it's going to be an incline, there's going to be a decline, there's going to be a regression, there's going to be a stagnation. There are different things that happen in our progress. In our process is not a constantly inclining. So when I say that process is progress, I'm saying that whenever you have the intention to move forward, no matter if you stagnate, which means you stay still, no matter if you regress, which means you went back, if you have that intention to move forward, you will always move forward, you will always progress, because process is progress. When you understand that, there comes this peace of mind in whatever you're trying to attain, because you know that it's going to take these levels, these stages. There are going to be times where you feel doubt. There are going to be times where you don't know where to go. You know what I mean? But if you always have that intention to move forward, you always have that direction. Direction is more important than speed. That's straight up what it is. Direction is more important than speed. You know what I mean? You already know the story with the tortoise and the hare. It's not this race is not for the swift. No, it's not for the swift. Just like, Nipsey, it's a marathon. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and it really is. You have to enjoy the process. You have to enjoy that continual learning. That process of, okay, I want something. You fail. You readjust. You go again. That's what it is. That's all life is. You constantly moving forward, failing, learning lessons from the failing, readjusting, and continue to go forward. It's so important to really have this calm state of mind, even when you make mistakes and even when you make the inevitable failures. And we take our failures so hard, and I think it's because we think about what other people are thinking about our failures. And of course, people will peep. A lot of people will peep your mistakes. But then you have to understand and understand that they're in their own process as well. And the way that you gracefully internalize, accept, and learn from your mistakes is what will inspire people within their own journeys. There have been plenty of times where I've seen someone make a mistake and I wanted to amp at them. So, you know what I mean? Like the ego was like, yo, get them. I had to sit back and just, connect with the higher self and understand, like, I make mistakes too. I failed too bad. And there was someone in that moment who instantly forgave me, and they suppressed their ego and they realized that I was on my own journey. So I have to extend that same patience with someone else. So it's having that patience not only with yourself and understanding that you're in the process, but understanding that other people are within their own processes as well. Knowing that process is progress. Knowing that water meets its level. That whatever you attain is going to be empty if you don't have a process behind it. That's why we create goals. We create goals not for what we get. We create goals for who we become in the process. It's that becoming that really matters. See you later.